There's that. They're just not doing too, just smoking just a little.
Yeah. Even on the podcast, man, I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to think what before I say something.
Oh,
And that shit was bad hard. I'm like, fuck.
It's bad. I was like, fuck. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something stupid.
Oh, that's fine. We all say stupid shit all the time. But without further ado, let's hop into this intro before we break down this film.
The intro.
Fuck.
Yes!
Fuck. Listen, guys. Make sure you stay here for the review of The House is October Built. But I gotta get the fuck out of here. Stay tuned. Welcome to the madness. Peace.
Yes!
What the fuck?
Yes!
That's fucking hilarious.
Yes!
Like, I want to start making the intros kind of coincide with the films.
That's funny.
In one way or another. And I was like, okay, they're in the woods. They're scared. Fuck it. Let me just...
That's funny.
That's the shit I'm talking about. That's why, like, this wall probably is going to be a green screen wall, or this wall's going to be a green screen wall. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
From here on out, that's like my goal, is to try to make the intros more just...
All right. It was surprising. I didn't expect it.
That's just dope. I'm with it.
I felt like I had to.
Fucking A, man. I'm proud of you on that one.
And you got a little exercise.
I'm fucking hugging you on that one, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Running in place there. You got a little exercise, too. Yeah.
He hasn't ran that much since fucking gym in high school.
Oh, you know what's funny about that, though?
Since the red and blues were behind him a couple years ago.
I was ducking. That was more than a couple years ago. I was like ducking down because if I stood up too high, as you guys seen, my face was in the camera. But I was also trying to talk in the mic. Like I was trying to make it look like the camera's in front of me and the boom mic is up here. But I should have still stayed low. But the reason why I was staying low is again, so I wouldn't be too high because I'm in the attic. They have to shit. But that was fun. I was like, if I had more space, I'd probably ran closer towards the camera.
Yeah.
That was good though.
Do all that. There's more though. There's more coming. But without further ado, gentlemen, let's dive right into this. Let's dive right into the early ratings, which we did get a rating from our brethren all the way up in Canada.
That's what's up. What up, Kyle? Mr. Kyle, the angry Canadian.
Yes.
Mr.
Oh, I guess
it's scary.
The Canadian ambassador.
Yes. So I guess I'll play his really quick and then we can dive into ours.
Okay.
Hey guys, Kyle the Angry Canadian here from So Good It's Scary. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I wanted to give you guys my quick review on The House is October Built. So, as you know, we already watched the trailer. We reviewed the trailer, give or take. I gave it a 7. I wanted to give it an 8 because it had that factor to it. It just, something was drawing me to it. So the next night, I decided I was going to watch it. I wasn't impressed. I was not happy with how it worked out. It started out well. You get your build up. You got your 5 days till Halloween. Each day, you're ramping up a little more, but it's kind of an escalation and then a decline, an escalation and a decline, and they continuously do this until you get to the last day, which is just high escalation, high decline, kind of like a jump scare, but it's not a jump scare. You know something's going to happen. You know where they are. Things are drawn out, and it's just it didn't work. Had they kept cranking up the intensity, absolutely, I think it would have worked very, very well. Probably would have been deserving of an 8 or 9. But with what I saw, the ending just fell completely flat for me. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10.
Damn.
Wow.
I kind of disagree but agree with him at the same time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Disagree. With that being said, then.
All right, so...
And you can give a brief reason why as well.
So with that, my initial rating for this one is actually going to be probably, it's to me quite a bit higher. It's an 8 for me.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll get into the grievances that I have with our Canadian brother in there.
All right.
All right. With me, I'm going to go with a 7.
7.
Yep.
What's up?
For myself, I was debating on this as I was watching this earlier. I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, but I'm gonna go with a 6. Go with a solid 6.
Right?
Okay.
But I'm not mad at any of those scores. I understand it, but Chris, you had a great, and you gave it the highest rating. So what's
All
up?
right. So I don't agree with it getting that low of a score. I don't think it deserves a 5. I think at best or at worst, this is a 6-7 movie. Yes, 5 isn't that far off, but I mean that's really if you want to really nitpick, I would say 6. But
Mm-hmm.
7 is like where I think majority of people would probably put this thing. I put it at 8 because there were certain things that came at me that I enjoyed more. Yeah, the end kind of falls a little bit, but at the same time, the maybe I was just still hyped up from the trailer, but watching it, watching the build up, and just I guess I went into it like if I was one of them on this journey to find these houses, right? To find these haunts. Um, and that was enough. Besides the humor in it, the banter between the friends and shit, I love that. The found footage feel of it, what I mean, the whole documenting it, because again, this is something like if we said, hey, let's go do this, what I mean, we'll load up the cameras, we'll get some GoPros and shit, and we'll start doing some of this shit. We're gonna have stupidity, with shit like this, we're gonna have fun with it. One of us is probably gonna want to do something stupid and get up on top of the building, and try to irk some people and shit. But the reason
It's
why
the white guy.
it's one of them. Um, honestly, it'd probably be me. Honestly, like, yo, let's just fucking hop up there. But as far as like those slight kind of downturns from it, uh, I don't agree with it because I feel like they did a great job at the spooky factor, at the eeriness, at the kind of, even though like if you're a huge horror fan like you guys are and you can kind of anticipate certain things coming or whatnot, I mean there's still got to be some level of, all right, let me not go into this as I know it all, I've seen it all, I've done it all, you know what I mean? And for me, if you do that, this literally hits those marks on hitting your fear zones, hitting your what ifs, hitting your oh shit, you know what I mean? Like they're in the middle of the woods with their goddamn RV and these people start coming out and that shit just gets weird, and then you got the chick coming on the bus to scream, and then you got all of these fucking haunting things that you see in these different haunts all of a sudden surrounding your bus and doing all this other shit, and then it becomes more real with them actually being like tied up and all this other shit. So that's why I'm like, nah, man, of a softer end than I would have liked, and I don't think they went as hard as they could have. But that's why I'm giving it an 8 because it's not a 10, right? They missed a few opportunities and they could have done better. So for me, it's a decent fucking film on the found footage side, especially. It's funny because this was on Tubi. I fell asleep to it, woke up, went back, rewinded it to the part I remembered last, started watching it again, finished that, fell asleep at the end, and the next movie that come on was another found footage, which was Grave Encounters. I woke up to that, started that shit over, watched it all in its entirety, and then the next movie that came on was Hell House Inc. And then I fell
Yeah.
asleep to that, woke up, started that shit all over again right in the morning. So I was just like on this dope roll of fucking just these found footage films and
Nice.
shit. And I had a great fucking like 8 hours of falling in and out of sleep with even that imagery being what's in my brain as I'm sleeping and shit. So, but this one right here, like I said, I was hyped from the trailer. I enjoyed the build. I enjoyed the banter. I enjoyed the way they played out some of this creepiness. And honestly, like it's like, yo, this shit really could happen. And that's one of my worst fears about going to haunted houses. So that's why I'm giving it an 8.
Not mad at that.
I'm 100. I'm going with you 100% on other stuff. I am going to nitpick a little bit with Kyle. That's why I gave it a 7. The end, it was a drop off. I was expecting like something brutal, like you see them torture them and shit. So my other nitpick, other than that, Chris, you're 100% right. It's like realistic. You're going with your friends in an RV. You're traveling each one. You're finding this major one that's supposed to be like a secret, only certain people can go to, where it's like extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're getting followed around because this is really can happen. For one, because they were snotty to one of the fucking people.
Yep.
And it was that clown who's part of it following them with that little girl. And there was a lot of creep factor.
Oh yeah.
If a fucking little girl, I don't know if it's a little girl or a little person, they come up and bust and they got that fucking like porcelain mask on, and you're just in there like, oh, what's going on? And she just does that scream and shit. You're gonna fucking like, what the hell? You're gonna freak the fuck out on that. So it is it's like us, like you said, us taking a road trip, and some bad shit happening. Now here's the thing, my nitpick. It wasn't up. Like they get to the things, they go into the haunted house. I thought that was cool, going through the haunted houses. Like the fucking where you see the shit on the sides, like the people jumping out.
Okay.
It's like you're there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, it's like I'm in the haunted house with them. But my problem was after that, when they're on the bus and the stuff like they're surrounded around the bus and shit, the clowns and all that, the skull mask people. I was expecting more violence, like the people in the RV were going to get like injured here and there, instead of just sitting there like they're like, what's going on, and just talking like, who was that? Fuck it. And the one guy is like, let's just ignore it. It's part of the thing. Let's just keep going. I thought like they were going to get hurt. I thought it was going to be some like creepy shit, like a lot of violence, and it wasn't. But it's still, I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. Well, I first seen it a while back, and I was shocked. I was like, wow, this is like a really good found footage fucking movie. So yeah, I'm with you like a majority of it, Chris. And just I'm nitpicking with Kyle with certain areas.
Sorry, before Sturdy jumps in here, the other thing that I really loved was that this was, to me, even better than Paranormal Activity.
Ooh.
I enjoyed.
Oh, you said this is way better?
Not way better. I just think it was better than
I agree with
Paranormal
you.
Activity.
Fuck Paranormal Activity. I like this one.
See, and I was a fan of Paranormal Activity. Like, the first one, I was like, at first I was like, and I watched it again, and it was dark, and it was like Halloween. I may have been a little high or drunk, but either way. Either way, after I watched it again, for some reason, that movie really fucking clicked with me, and then watching a few of the ones that came out after, I was like, yo, this is dope. But now seeing this and then knowing that, yo, this was done by the people that did Paranormal Activity and Insidious, I'm like, y'all need to just stick to this. This is your shit. Make this like a fucking Marvel type movie. Figure out a way these will be fucking phenomenal.
Wow. All right, I guess it's my turn. I'm kind of in the middle. Like I gave it a 6. Kyle gave it a 5. James gave it a 7. I agree with the up and down parts. They didn't really bother me too much. I do wish more happened. A little bit more happened. Just something. I don't know what. I did enjoy the creep factor. Like I like when the girl with the mask came on and just went in there and then screamed at that one point. Like there was a lot of. I like the weird, wild, crazy shit, freaky shit that was going on because it's creepy and like you said, Chris, it's very fucking realistic. Like there was nothing in this movie that, from what I can remember, that someone couldn't really do in real life. You know what I mean? Like something couldn't really happen in real life. And then the cool thing I don't want to say cool, but the crazy thing about it is that there's haunts that are like this. Maybe not to this extent, but that will really fuck you up bad. Like there's a one that I forgot what it's called, but it's real famous for it.
I know California.
I know we were talking about reviewing it at some point.
Yep. Where you got signed to fucking 120 something pages. Yeah. Where they can basically rape you and you can't do nothing.
Yeah, they could. Matter of fact, in this fucking movie, the dude said it. The dude who ran the thing was like, we could basically do anything but gang rape you, or he could damn near gang rape you now.
We can gang rape you, we just can't kill you.
That's what he said. I was just
I'm like, wow, man.
That's regardless, because even if the person signs away their discrepancy, there's still a legality issue where the state will go after them for the crime. So it ain't gonna do nothing.
Just that creep factor of it, though, because I feel like even with let's say with the real haunted thing, which I do want to review that one day. That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not taking it that far, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for a show. I'm not doing it for fuck that. No, because as soon as you put your hands on me like that, I'm gonna want to fight. Like, no, that's not. That's just crazy, and people sign up for it. Don't they pay dog food?
I don't know,
bro. A lot of shit.
A lot of stuff
too. Like, Yo, this one they were talking about. Hey, there's some of these that get so real that they actually use body parts, like people's body.
Mhm.
Where the fuck are you getting cadaver body parts from? Like, I thought that
Exactly.
was illegal to have anyway.
Black market, man.
Like, holy shit.
That, or maybe they can contact, like, I don't know.
I guess, but I don't think they're allowed to give it to outside
Me either. I thought it was a
entities. I thought
biohazard or
yeah,
something.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're contracted to have to make sure they deal with it accordingly, dispose of it
Yeah.
accordingly, return it to be, burnt or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing that I hate about these things is like the situations that you get where these haunts or whatnot get to the point where some of the actors do shit and they end up hurting themselves. Like there was one they were talking about how the person changed the rope for some reason. Instead of the breakaway one, they put one around and they fucking hung themselves by mistake. Like,
Yep.
I don't understand why are you as the actor doing that? You know what I mean? Unless you wanted to commit suicide and you were like, well, this is the easiest way. Let me get this job and fucking do it. And then I'm a prop and people are gonna love me and my last